So here I am again with another found footage movie. This time, it's a Spanish-speaking found footage movie. Well, I guess after, Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, you're like, yeah, I could totally watch a Spanish language found footage movie. What could be worse than that one? The movie we're going to talk about today is called Atrocious. And that's a very fitting title for this movie. You ever notice, like, a lot of found footage movies love the good old typewriter font? As if somehow it was, like, edited by one? Like, sure, why not? So the movie starts off with pretty much the climax of the film. You know, good old night vision, someone screaming, choking, whatever. Anyway, whatever this blur here is just the footage rewinding itself. And it loves to use that feature to kind of remind us, like, remember when there was tapes and you had to rewind things? Well, it's going to remind you several times. It rewinds to the very beginning where we're given, like, you know how in the States there's the FBI warning, but here it's the National Police warning? It's a found footage movie, but they also don't want you to pirate it. Here we have our main characters. We've got Christian here, and then his sister Julie, which subtitles say July, but it's Julie. And then friend who didn't join them and who's not dead, so his face is blurred out for, legal reasons. I guess they have their own YouTube channel because they're, talking to the camera and they're like, hey guys, we investigate paranormal things and stuff. And so they're taking a trip with the family to, I guess, their summer home because people have those things. I just have a home. Great. And they're pretty much explaining kind of why they're filming. They do paranormal investigation, they go on a summer trip with the family, and also there's like some urban legend thing of like a lady and things and stuff and weirdness. So they're like, why not? For the views, right? And here we have the title card that's giving me some Paranormal Activity flashbacks. It says, March 30th, 2010, Day 1. Bum bum bum! You know that whole thing that happens during all these movies. This is a summer house. Look at this shit. Like, oh yeah, it's our summer house. We just keep the furniture covered in sheets when we're not here. I don't know. As someone who barely can, like, keep together the home they have now, I can't imagine having another one where I kind of, like, abandon for, 10 months out of the year and then kind of go there for 4 months per se, and you're just kind of like, sure, this makes sense, this is what I'm doing. Like, oh, suddenly you're like, oh, why is the water brown? Oh god, why are there just bugs everywhere? Is that a rat family living in the kitchen? So right here there's this, like, gate to this garden thing. They also own a dog, which is adorable, and, it's the usual thing where the parents are like, don't go to, like, past the da-da-da, and the kids are like, well, we gotta go investigate things, and we wonder what happens to them next. But anyway, so it's like a legend that apparently there's this woman who, like, if you're walking around in this secret garden thing that's past this gate, and you get lost, and you call for her, she kind of appears and, like, leads you out. But, like, not before, I don't know, touching you or something, I don't know. Before any, like, investigation stuff goes on, the family has sandwiches. And when I was watching this, I was like, yo, I can go for a big-ass sandwich like that right now. But the closest thing I have near me is a Subway, and we're not going to do that to ourselves. Why is this? Oh, it's a mat board. I was like, what is this digging into my fucking leg? Oh my god. Ow! That's their mom. You'll learn more about her later. The sister borrows this huge-ass fucking camera from who fucking knows. I think they explained it, but I kind of blanked out during that. Anyway, she borrows this big-ass fucking camera, so that way, in this found footage movie, we can have multiple angles. So, of course, they're gonna go through the gate and start their investigation. I love how the brother's such, like, the rebellious kid, because he's got, like, skeleton shirt and, like a wristband, yeah. So the movie gets about this shaky for 5 minutes. It just is that. Like, all the footage is that. And then it goes like, oh, wait, hold on. Wait, we were able to steady the camera. No, never mind. We were able to steady the camera. So both of them end up lost, and they're like, oh my god, we're lost already. But then they end up finding each other randomly, because, like you do. And of course, with a found footage movie, after the whole, like, oh my god, we're lost. Oh my god, we suddenly found each other. Then we get additional minutes of why is this being filmed kind of shit. because you gotta pad this out for the full 90 minutes. And just a reminder, again, this movie is in Spanish. This is filmed in Spain, and so I'm just going off of what the subtitles are telling me, and I think the brother meant to say that's a gazebo. I don't know what the Spanish word for gazebo or whatever, but he says it's a kiosk, and all I'm thinking about is a kiosk where you can order your sandwich, check into your flight, those like things at a mall where they're trying to sell you some kind of lotion, you know what I mean? So I'm like, it's like a kiosk or something, or not. So they chill at the gazebo kiosk thing for a bit, and again, we're getting the why is this being filmed? Like, I love how it's framed. Again, I know it's a movie, but it's supposed to be found footage. It's supposed to, you know, you're not getting these pretty shots, you know? So I love how, like, the sister's just like, oh, my camera, my big-ass camera is just facing that way, so we're not gonna use any of that footage. But then, like, the brother's like, I'm just gonna stand here, like, pensive, you know, and we're perfectly framed in the shot, you know. I always find that really funny when it comes to found footage movies. So that's their dad. The dad's on the phone, and he realizes he has businessy business stuff, and he has to go back to the city for businessy business stuff. So dad's out of the equation right after the scene. So here we have a friend of the dad, and he's kind of telling us about the urban legend, so we kind of get like a better understanding of what's about to happen. I don't know what the hell this dark-ass footage here is, but it's a thing. Okay. So the next day, oh yeah, so here you see the mom saying like, hey, your dad has to go back to Madrid. And they're like, oh my god, dad has to go back to Madrid to do businessy business stuff. And the mom was like, yeah, anyway, I'll be over here. But, you know, you'll see me later. And the kids are like, cool, well with only one parent having to watch us, we're gonna go back into the damn, oh my god. Jesus Christ, I forgot I shot at this, yeah. So the kids go to explore their old-ass basement, which was locked before, but the sister was able to find a key, and because now it's just one parent looking after them, she's like, the mom's like, I don't got time for that, I got other things to do and showing up later and all that stuff. Oh man, they have like old Godzilla movies in the basement there. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the main guy, Christian, that's his, you know, sister, Julie. So they're just sitting in the basement right now, just like watching whatever old horror films on a VHS, on an old, you know, CRT TV. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, forgot to mention, they also have like a little brother, and so like, in the midst of seeing that, there's just like a quick jump cut, and then the little brother's there, and I was like, ah! Demon child! The next day, they go back into the garden, forest, whatever fucking thing. They decide to be smart and mark little markers on the stone columns and all those other things. Which, again, if this is going to be one of those, you get lost somewhere, blah blah blah. I don't know, man. Any breadcrumbs you put down, something's going to be, you know, fucked with. Brother, I've got a wristband. Just one wristband. 2 would be too much. Yeah. And then they stumble upon this old-ass well, and they're just like, oh man, should we see, you know, what's inside of there? And you're like, no! There's a fucking dead girl at the bottom of that thing, and, you know, you've been watching videotapes, don't do it! So now we're 30 minutes into the movie, and there's something spooky happening. Apparently they're saying, like, they can see a woman here. Like, you know, I don't know. Like, in the actual movie, you know, and not like a screenshot, it kind of looks like it's like a woman with long hair. It's like the back of her head. But here in the screenshot, I don't really see anything, you know? I feel like this would be one of those, like, perfect images to be like, do you see the woman? And suddenly you hear the, ah! Like, screamer things. I hate those things. Those aren't scary. They're just horrible. Anyway. What is that? What is that? Is that the gate from the upstairs window? I can't tell. Is that night vision? God. Oh, yep, that's another one. Yep, night vision. Oh, yeah. Because because Christian's camera's got night vision, because again, with a lot of these found footage movies, the camera suddenly, you know, has night vision. It suddenly has a light on it as well. It suddenly can bake bread. You know, it's got an extra phone on it to call the cops, but they don't use it because they don't realize until the last minute kind of thing, you know? So the next day, the kids are trying to look for the dog. The dog goes missing. Apparently at nighttime, it's always barking at the gate, so who knows what happened. So they come upon some blood, and we're already fearing the worst when it comes to a dog. And you see the bloody collar, and you're like, oh no, what's happening to the dog? And then you're like, oh god! Oh no, no dog! And they look down there, and then, no, then die! So in this spot here, again, it's one of those, why is this being recorded? And they're talking about how Christian was recording the night before, which was that really dark screenshot I had, which was like, is that the gate? Is that some green trees? I don't know. But he was recording to see, you know, what the noise was, what the dog was barking at, to see where the dog might have gone or if anyone would have taken the dog. But then, of course, at whatever crucial moment per se, the footage cuts off. Again, why are you recording this? Because suddenly, you hear Jose, that's the little brother. The mom comes running upstairs, and it's like, oh my god, because the little brother is missing. And again, it's like, wow, that's great of you just to have the camera rolling beforehand, and then your mom comes running in, and then you see him down here, like, already running after the mom, and that's the sister with the other camera. Because again, multi-angles, that makes a found footage movie better? And so, the mom runs into the woods to look for the little brother, Christian runs after the mom, and then Julie kind of lags behind trying to chase after them. Now we're subjected to shaky night vision footage, which is the best. Just, and then somehow, like, as she's trying to chase after her brother, she literally runs into him. Great. Somehow, this force wants you two to be together all the time, even though you guys get separated. Weird, whatever. And then just more shaky footage. What is that? That's just like a branch? Is that just a branch in this shot? Look at the fuck. Like, what is this? I don't see God. I don't see shit. And then, oh, is that some trees? Who fucking knows? Oh wait, hold on. So now it's not night vision anymore because they found the mom's flashlight. So they're like, okay, let's not do night vision anymore because our, visual effects guy, he's sick and tired having to click green on the footage. It's like, oh yeah, no night vision. Never mind, the sister's camera's on night vision. Ah! Like, look at this. It's so funny talking about found footage movie, especially when it has to deal with running in, like, forest areas, because these are mostly all the shots. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is upside down because Christian gets, like, attacked and he starts getting dragged away, but then he gets away, and then there's just more shaky night vision camera stuff. At one point, like, here, it's like, it is smart, he is kind of carrying it and running with it, it's not like the Cloverfield thing where, like, we're going up the stairs, but we still have to hold the camera like this to make sure you're in the shot as we're going up 53 flights of steps. Like, okay. He's just running. He's just like, he has no fucking clue what's happening. Boy is just running and running and running. And I watched this on a big flat screen and I was like, oh. Yeah. He ends up at the kiosk and finds his sister there. And she's tied like some freaking behemoth video that's about to happen. Like, you're expecting you're like, like, you're just imagining just that happening. And again, I love how he puts his camera down perfectly where he can get both of them in the shot while he tries to, like, untie her and everything. You can kind of not tell very well in this, screenshot, just like most of the movie. But her eyes, are like, she's wearing, like, those white lenses where you can still see the pupil, that kind of thing. And I love how he doesn't even notice that. I get it, he's probably not looking through the viewfinder of the camera, but I don't know, man. Like, you could still probably think, like, something's probably wrong with my sister. So yeah, once, I guess, rescuing his sister, they run back and they get back home and they're like, whew, okay, alright, what the fuck, So pretty much, this far into the movie, dog is dead, little brother is missing, mom is who knows where the fuck she is, and then sister got captured, and then it's got white crazy demon eyes, and then, Christian has, like, saved her, they're back in the house, and it's like, okay, it's fine, we'll just, sit here and wait till morning kind of thing. Anyway, the sister opens up the fireplace thingy, and boom! Little brother falls out of the fucking fireplace. The little brother, it is burnt. This little child is burnt to death. Oh my god. So dead dog, dead little bro, missing mom, sister screaming her head off. By now, at this point in the movie, it's just nothing but screaming from the girl, which normally is annoying, but this is understandable because you're like, oh, okay, I just got, tied up in the forest, and then now my brother and I are back at home, but let me light a fire because it's cold, because it's a summer night. Oh wait, my little brother just fell out of the fucking fireplace. And now we're back at where the movie started, which is, like I said, the climax. And again, white lenses on. Brother is like, shh, shh, no, whatever mysterious being is coming into the house, shut up, even though, like, So of course they're freaking out because then all this sound is happening. Christian goes towards the basement because he's like, what's that sound? And a fucking axe comes through the damn door. I know, you can't really tell here, but again, it's found footage, so it was like, there's an axe! That kind of shit. Because he was definitely trying to get away. He straight up, runs. He puts his sister in, a cupboard in the kitchen. And then he just, runs up and, hides in his room. And as you can kind of see here, puts a chair in the door to barricade himself in. It's like, great. You put your sister in a cupboard in the kitchen and be like, you'll be safe here. No one will check the cupboards. But I'm going to go and hide in my room. Bye, bitch. So it is April 3rd, 2010. So that's, day 4. And it's 5:30 a.m. So Christian leaves his room to go check on the house and everything, because he notices, because things feel kind of clear, I guess. He opens the cupboard in the kitchen, and it's bloody as fuck, and his sister's not there. Who would have thought that would have happened? It's a horror film. You hear a sound, you gotta go check it out. I hear shit in my house, and I'm like, no. If I can't just do this and see it, nope, I don't care. Unless it's like, is that water? If it's something weird, no, I'm not gonna go fucking check that out, because fuck you. His basement kind of looks like how my basement looks like, but I'm in the middle of cleaning it. I don't have a demon possession happening here. So earlier in the movie, you know how they were sitting in the basement watching, horror films and stuff on tape, on the TV. So right now, as you can see here, it says breakdown, irrational behavior, or violence. It's some weird tape. It's just listing kind of medical things. And you're like, what is going on? And he heads over towards kind of where they were sitting before to watch. And there's some video, and it's you're kind of like, what's going on? Huh, that's strange. And then suddenly, before getting to the conclusion of the movie, the tape decides, fuck it, we'll do the rewind thing again. And so it rewinds. So the tape rewinds back, and we're given, additional information on what has happened. So, of course, photo evidence exhibits. I also have to commend this found footage thing for putting in, police evidence into it, because most of the time with found footage movies, it kind of, the movie just ends, and then you just hear, a news report. It's and we found 3 bodies, blah, 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 and no one knows what happened. It's usually just something, very vague like that. Or it's just, Or it just ends with a lady I'm on the scene right now, Chad, and it was a gruesome fire, and it was a murder. Oh my god, it's always something like that. But this movie decides, you know what, before we actually give you what happens to Christian and where the mom might have been and all that stuff, we're just gonna, give you the police report as well. So yeah, police evidence exhibits, and here we're given crime scene photos and then the 911 call from the dad because he returned back from Madrid. Of course, just in time to just see his entire family slaughtered. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, are you in Stitches? Or Sidges, I don't know places. But anyway, are you at that place? Because that's where their summer home is. And here, look at that. You got the bloody, whatever print on the door, Catalan police, so it's a police crossing thing. The bodies were cut into pieces in their own house. See, you're getting all that. You get the news report, you get, the police footage. But yeah, this is the police footage of, where the sister was tied up, Oh yeah, because at one point, the sister's camera, I think, ran out of battery. I guess because she was it was night vision and using the camera, you're going to drain the battery. And she just like put it down. So yeah, belonging to Christian Quintana sheds new light on the case. So they find the camera. Oh, and then here, as you can see it being all squiggly again, it decides to rewind once again. And also, like, instead of rewinding right back to the part where he's at the bottom of like, the basement stairs and, like, hearing that weird tape of, like, whatever medical diagnosis is happening, it decides to rewind all the way back where he checks his sister, like, see if his sister's at the fucking cupboard again. And it's like, why? Why? That just... It's like we suddenly forgot. This whole thing with the police shit wasn't that long ago. It literally was not that long ago. Anyway, we're back down in the basement, and it, you see it says she had bouts of depression after her first and second labors. And so Christian has discovered a medical video about his mom. So of course Christian's the oldest one, then it's Julie, then little brother Jose. And as you can see here it says, those of her children, Christian and Julia, but it was only after the birth of her third child, Michelle, that the psychosis became apparent. So, you're kind of learning, like, wait, so Jose wasn't the next child, it was someone named Michelle. Like, wait, what? And then, as you can see here, he's watching a tape with his mom on it. That's him right there. And then his mom, in her, nightgown, is right behind him. And he's like, who's Elvira? And to me, Elvira is Mistress of the Dark with a great, set of land and all that stuff. But anyway, so we all kind of know what happens next. The mom, of course, kills the son. And according to, the rewound footage of when it was like the crime scene investigators, like recording the situation, we know that Christian obviously died, and he died right outside the kitchen with an axe in his back. So that means his mom took a swing at him, probably missed, probably got him, and he was able to get all the way upstairs in time before, like either he was bleeding too much and then he's dead. Anyway, so of course you realize the mom is fucked up, obviously, and probably going to the summer home and getting like kind of triggered by whatever mythos things that's happening there, kind of, got her to kill. If not, we wouldn't have this found footage movie, right? Anyway, that was atrocious because that movie wanted us to remember the title. It was like, that was atrocious! That was atrocious. Anyway, the movie is called Atrocious, and it's a perfectly fit title for this movie.